Welcome to week 5 of our van build series. We are about to get started on finishing the ceiling. We do need to cut a few more boards, but then we will get them put up and we are going to do a little bit of insulating as well as we go. And in this video, as I said, we will be finishing the ceiling. We're also going to be putting our walls up and powering most of our outlets and a couple other things that need power. So we are going to get started. So we did finish the ceiling and I'm going to show you how it looks. So here is how it's looking. Our lights are turned on and we mounted our cover plates too on our Max Air fans. And I'm standing right under this one, so here's a quick little view of that. We just decided to put our wall up on this side. Every other wall we're still gonna leave open, but this one, nothing else is going on it, so we're just gonna close it. So we already have our wires running for our outlets, so we'll probably set up our outlets today too on this wall. We will be using MDF board. Before we put those boards up, we do need to insulate our wall first, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Put 2 of our wall boards up and we are getting ready to cut out one of our bed outlets. We just got this double outlet and we got these from Amazon. So one is a cigarette lighter and one will be a USB outlet. Me and Kendrick will have one for each of us. It also does come with your wires already cut and crimped, so you don't have to do too much work for these. So we're just gonna do 2 little cutouts for these and then we'll be able to mount it pretty easily. So we just measured .
Wait, hang on.
Moment of truth. Oh, as you saw, we did run into a little bit of an issue. Our outlet is not working, so we are gonna play around, try to troubleshoot a little bit and figure out why it's not working. So when Kendrick was setting up my outlet, instead of wiring the positive wire for my outlet, he accidentally did his. So we had some crossed wires. The connection was there, but it was for the wrong outlet, which is why it wasn't working. All we had to do was switch and put the correct positive wire onto the fuse and now it works fine. So now that it is working, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna plug my charger in. Now that the outlet is working, we are going to finish putting up the rest of the boards. It's been raining non-stop, but we're still gonna try to do a little bit of work in here. That's how it's looking outside. So mainly just gonna be working in here today.
When you make a video about this, you need to tell people that this is like not recommended. Don't do what we do. We're cutting the female end off of the extension cord. And we're gonna run this through the walls and leave the male end exposed so that this can plug into our inverter. Recommended to make or to use a like a breaker box. We're not gonna do that because we're lazy.
We're not electricians. This is just our process. Not recommended, but build your electricity setup with caution and
Don't do
be
it.
smart.
So this is just a regular extension cord. It's a heavy duty 12-3, so it means the wires inside the extension cord are 12 gauge. There's a hot, neutral, and a ground, just like if you're using, you know, wiring for a house. On these wires, we're gonna strip this back and attach a regular, you know, two-headed AC outlet. And then that other end is gonna get plugged into our inverter. Or if you want to do it the proper way, you could cut that end off and attach the hot, neutral, and ground to a regular breaker box. But we're not going to do that.
The reason we are wiring the AC outlets to our inverter this way is because our inverter has, I think, like 2 or 3 outlets on the side of it. So when and if we are in an area where there is shore power, we can unplug our extension cords and run our outlets off shore power. We don't think we're gonna have constant access to shore power, but if we can, you know, it is cool to be able to have that other option. The next day, it finally stopped raining. We are ready to get back to work. We're gonna be walling this side today, so we will start by insulating and then getting our boards up. Along with finishing that wall is we are going to be setting up our AC outlet. Went to Lowe's yesterday and we got the outlet that we're going to be using, and then we got our little cover box too. So we have a TV and a switch that we are going to be bringing along with us, so this is going to be the outlet to plug those into. We got the first board in. The next board that we're gonna do will be right here, and that is going to have an outlet, our battery monitor, the inverter switch, our light switch, and another 12-volt outlet. So we have to make, or no, the 12-volt outlet won't be on there, but we have to do some little cutouts before we can mount that because we have a lot that needs to be wired on there. So right now Kendrick is outlining to do some cutouts. We're about to put this board in. So we have our battery monitor and our inverter switch all on this panel. So luckily these came with their own wires and we just plug them in here. For our light switch, this has 2 positives and a ground wire. Kendrick cut the positive wire.
Story time. These are the wires that run to our lights. No more lights. I hope that was right.
So these are gonna connect to either end of those cuts, and then this will make a connection to the negative wire. And it should work if we do it correctly.
We did it right. When we put the fuse in right now, nothing will happen. Okay? Now that also means we could have done it wrong still. Oh, let's go.
Our wall is looking. We're gonna put up a couple more boards. This wall will be done. We have all of our electrical stuff on this wall set up too. I wish I could say this is the last of the electrical stuff, but we still have more to do, which will be done in a later video. But that's all of the wiring that we will do today. So luckily we're done with that. All right, here's how our walls are looking. Alright, I think that is gonna be all. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you next week.